Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. Dear my students, grade 8, we are going to go on and complete our unit, the second unit for the first term. We are going to speak about life events. In this lesson, we are going to speak about workbook. If you go with me, at first, before we start here, I am going to show you a picture. I'd like you to find the hidden animal in this picture. Look at this picture carefully. Yes. What can you see? What is the hidden animal here? Excellent. That's right. So here we have a giraffe. That's right. Okay. Now you can mention some life events as I have told you before. You can write them in your notebook. Let's move together to workbook page 13. We are going to practice present perfect. This one. Here we have a list of some verbs. As we have said before, we have two kinds of verbs. The first one is called regular verbs and the second one is called irregular verbs. For the regular verbs, we add D, ED or IED, like this one. If you look at this one here, accept, accepted, accepted. The third one, achieve, achieved, achieved. Add, added, added. Admire, admired. We should here write admired. So this one is going to be letter D, admired. Okay, for the past participles of regular verbs, the same like the second form, we are going to add D, ED, IED. This lesson speaks about the present perfect. If you remember present perfect, we use it to speak about experiences when you don't say exactly when they happened. So we speak about the action that has happened but without saying when. Like here, the first example, I have visited Europe. Okay, have I said when? I haven't said when, so you are going to use present perfect. So it's going to be what? I have visited Europe. I have visited Europe. If you want to make it negative, that's right, I haven't. So have becomes haven't. If you find has, that's right, it's going to become hasn't. Good. And for the question yes, no, we are going to use have. So have you visited Europe? And also has, but for he, she, it, as we have mentioned before. This one, we are going to revise them again. Regular verbs like verb play, we add ed, so it becomes played here. As we have said here, we use the present perfect when we speak about experiences, but we don't say exactly when they happened. This example again, I have visited Europe. The negative one, I haven't visited Europe. And the question, have you visited Europe? Okay, the first exercise that we have here, we have 5 sentences. You have to look at the sentence at first, and you have to decide if the sentence is a positive one or a negative one. If it is in the positive form, you are going to use has, have, plus PP from these verbs. Here you have 5 verbs: visit, speak, fly, sleep, and give. Okay, you are going to use these verbs, but in the third form. Yes, that's right, PP. Excellent, good. So positive and what here? Negative. If it is positive, you are going to use has, have, plus PP from these verbs. But if it is a negative one, you are going to use what? Who can say this? That's right. I hear some students say it correctly. Hasn't or haven't. Very good. Like if you look at the first example here, Jamal has slept in a tent. If you look at the first one here, you have here tick. So this one is a positive sentence. So Jamal, this one is a singular word. So we're going to use what here? Has. That's right. And PP from sleep, it's going to be what? Slept. Okay, now let's move to the second one here. We space the museum in our town. The sentence, yes, that's right, it's a positive one. So we are going to use what? Have. Okay, but what is the verb here? Can we say visit, speak, fly, or give? Which verb fits here? Excellent. We have visited. We have visited the museum in our town. The third one, they space to Spain. Yes, be careful about this one. You have here Yes, a negative one. So they haven't. Well done. Spain. Which verb are we going to use? If you look here, we have it chosen sleep and we have it chosen visit. So we are going to use here speak, fly, or give. Who can say this? That's right. So they haven't flown to Spain. Verb 3 from fly, it's going to be what? Flown. So they haven't flown to Spain. Okay, what about the fourth one? I space money to charity. Yes, that's right. Take one here, positive one. We have only two choices. We have, yes, speak and give. When I speak about money, so which verb fits here? That's right, excellent. Here you have I. So you're going to use what as we have mentioned before? That's right, so I have. And verb 3 from give, excellent, given. So I have given money to charity. Number 5 here, he space to a famous person. He to a famous person. We have only one verb here, speak. Verb 2 it's going to be spoke. But what about the third form? Yes, that's right. So it's going to be what? Spoken. Spoken. He has spoken to a famous person. Okay? Now we are going to form questions here using the words between brackets here. And we are going to use the present perfect as we have said. Have, has, subject plus PP. If you look at the first example here, it's done for us. Like, have you received the letter? No, I haven't. Okay? The second one here. Where? Have a space here. You be. So long. He says at work. How can we answer this? You have to look at the subject at first. After that, decide which helping verb or which an auxiliary verb you are going to use, have or has. And after that, you are going to use, as we have mentioned many times before, the third form from the verb that is here. Like if you look here you have the subject is you, so you're going to use have or has. That's right. So where have you been? That's right. So it's going to be what here? Let's check it together. Yes, where have you been so long? Where have you been so long? At work. Let's move to the next one here. She passed the exam. Who can say this? She passed the exam. Look at the subject here. You have she. So you are going to use has. Well done. That's right. So has she. And the verb pass here is a regular verb. So we are going to add only ed for this one. We are not going to change the verb, but only we are going to add ed. So the verb here is going to be passed. So has she passed? Excellent. Has she passed the exam? Yes, she has. The last one here, what? You have a space here. Your brother do with his car? He sold it. If you look at this one, your brother. So this is the same like he. So what has or have? That's right. So what has? And the subject, your brother. Who can say the third form of wrong verb do? Who can say this? Yes, that's right. Done. So what has your brother done? What has your brother done? So this exercise about how to form, yes, how to form questions in the present perfect. Well done. Now here we are going to practice some conversations. Here you are going to use present perfect or past simple. Present perfect like this one. For example, see the pyramids here. Here you are going to ask the question in the present perfect, like have you ever, ever the same like before. And verb 3 from C, it's going to be seen. Have you ever seen the pyramids? You're going to say the answer, yes, I have. And the second sentence should be in the simple past, verb 2. I was on holiday with my family. So you're going to be given a sentence and you have to form a question. The first one, the question should be in the present perfect and your answer in the present perfect, but the second part should be in the simple past or the past simple tense. Okay, now here we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's move together, let's practice them. Here you have act in a movie, act in a movie. So, as we have mentioned again, so you're going to use what? Present perfect. So it's going to be what? Have you ever acted in a movie? You're going to use have you ever in all questions here. Here, your role is to give me the third form of the verb here. So act becomes what here? Acted. Have you ever acted in a movie? Okay, most of you are adults, so I don't think that you have acted in a movie before. Like, so you're going to say what? No, I haven't. But maybe you have acted in a school play, okay? In your school when you were like in primary stage. So no, I haven't, I acted. You're going to use the same verb but in the simple past. I acted in a school play. I acted in a school play. So the question again, ever, the same like before. We use it in the present perfect. So have you ever acted in a movie? No, I haven't. I acted in a school play. Okay, let's move to another one. Look at these pictures. Yes, yeah, now you are hungry. Good. Okay, have you ever eaten Chinese food? Have you ever tried it? So this is my question. I have answered this for you. Have you ever eaten Chinese food? Okay, some of you have tried it. So maybe you're going to say what? Yes. Okay, what about it? Was it delicious or no? Okay, let's see here. Yes, I have. It was delicious. Yes, I have. It was what? Delicious. Okay, if you haven't tried it, try to eat it. Okay. Okay, have an injection. Okay, do you remember like when you have taken your vaccine? Yeah, for COVID-19. That's right. So here have the third form from have, it's going to be what? Who can say this? Yes, it's going to be had. That's right. So here, have you had an injection? This one, have you ever had an injection? Like most of us have had injections many times before when we were young, and also like recently when we have been vaccinated against COVID-19. So you can say yes, I have. It was painful, but some of you like are not afraid of injections, but the others are afraid of them. Okay, the last point here. Can you look at this picture? Yeah, what can you see? What kind of animal is this one? Yeah, we can find this animal in the desert. Yeah, that's right. So it's a camel. Okay, ride a camel. Ride a camel. How can we form a question? Excellent. Yeah, that's right. So have you ever, yeah, verb 3 from right. If you don't know, you can pause the video and check. Check. Go to the internet and find the verb 3 from right. He is going to give you rode, verb 2, and verb 3 it's going to be what? Ridden. Excellent. So have you ever ridden a camel? Have you ever ridden a camel? Yes, I have. I rode. This is a past of ride. It near the pyramids. Well done. Now let's move together to page 14. Let's move together here. This one you are going to make an interview, okay, with a famous actor who is visiting Kuwait. You are going to ask him some questions about the places he has been to and the things he has seen and done, okay? Like this one. Try to ask him some questions. Ask about Al Mubarkiya market. You can ask about like Kuwait towers. You can ask about Kuwait food and so on. So you have many questions that you can ask that actor. Yeah, that's right. Who has visited Kuwait. Take your time and you can write the notes. And also you can write the notes and write them in the comments below. Now we are going to move to a new exercise here. This rule, we have explained it here. This one here we have so that in order to. If you remember before, like we can use so that in order to or to link two sentences together to become one sentence. To become what? One sentence. But what's the main difference between so that and in order to? That's right. Who can say this one? Do you remember? If you don't remember, pause this video and go back to the first one, the first video for this unit, and try to revise the rule again. And after that, come back, you will find yourself that you know most of the answers. Let's try here, the first one here. Ali joined a sports club. He wants to improve his skills. Let's go together to the next slide to practice them. Okay, Ali joined a sports club. He wants to improve his skills. What should we use here? he wants to link or join using what? So that. Okay? So, Ali joined a sports club. That's right. You are going to put so that in the middle. After so that, you have to use a subject. After the subject, you are going to use can or could. Remove here wants to and use infinitive directly. So the sentence here, Ali joined a sports club. So you are going to write the first sentence the same. Don't change anything in it. And remove the full stop here, this dot, and write what? So that. He, look at this verb here, wants. So you're going to write what? Can. Okay? Remove wants to, as we have said, and complete your sentence. Improve his skills. So Ali joined a sports club so that he can improve his skills. Excellent. The next one. My father went to the travel agency. He wanted to book a flight. What should we use here? In order to. Okay, what should we do if we find in order to? That's right. The first sentence, as we have said before many times, put it the same, do not change. So my father went to the travel agency in order to, excellent, book a flight. You see, my father went to the travel agency in order to book what? A flight. The third one here, the same like number one, if you remember, so that again. My sister traveled to the UK. She wanted to practice speaking English. My sister traveled to the UK. She wanted to practice speaking English. Okay? So the first sentence is the same. So we are going to say what? My sister traveled to the UK. Link with what? So that. Okay, if you look at this one, wanted here, past or present? Past. Well done. Good. And remove wanted to and complete your sentence. So here, my sister traveled to the UK so that she can practice speaking English, and also we can say what? So that she could practice speaking English, but here we have a present ability. So no problem if you are going to use can. Okay, it's an easy exercise and it always comes in the tests. Okay, do you remember this man? Yeah, Ghanim Muftah. Yeah, that's right. He has inspired many people. Good. So Ghanim Muftah created his Instagram account. He wanted to inspire other people. Link with to. To the same like in order to. That's right. Good. So the first sentence is the same. We are not going to change anything in it. And the second one, remove all of this and complete your sentence. So becomes what here? Ghanim al-Muftah created his Instagram account to inspire other people. Well done. The next exercise here, you have to use present perfect or the past simple. But what's the main difference? Yeah. Okay, let's revise this one again together. The present perfect, we do not know when the action happened. So we only say what happened, but without saying the time. But if you are going to mention the time in the past, it's going to be past simple verb 2. Like if you come with me here. Okay, the first one here. Mary, between the two brackets here, for her passport last month. Okay, do here we have the time. Is the time mentioned here? That's right, the time is mentioned. So we are going to use past simple. So verb from apply. That's right, this one is, yeah, regular verb. So remove Y and write IED. So Mary applied for her passport last month. Excellent. Okay, let's see the next example. Soon, she will be leaving on a trip that we have dream here between the two brackets, about for many years. Do we have the time here in the past? Do we have the time? Is the time mentioned? Excellent. The time is not mentioned here. So we are going to use, yes, that's right, present perfect. Look at this one. You have what here? She. She has or she have? Yes, she has. And verb 3 from dream? Yes, dreamed. And also you can say dreamed. But here she has dreamed about for many years. Well done. Let's practice more here. She hear about many exciting vacations over the years from her boss, Lisa. Do we have the time here in the past? We don't have the time. So present perfect has have plus PP or past simple verb 2. That's right. Present perfect. So it's going to be what? Has heard. So she has heard about many exciting vacations over the years from her boss, Lisa. Well done. Next point. Lisa, space, go to Japan, Kenya, Alaska, France, and Russia last year. Look at this one. You have last year. Yes, that's right. So this one is past simple. What is the verb to from go? Who can say this? It's an easy one. Yes, excellent. It's going to be went. So Lisa went to Japan, Kenya, Alaska, France, and Russia last year. The next point, Mary, space, only see these exciting places in photos. Mary, space here, only see these exciting places in photos. Excellent. We do not have the time. The time is mentioned here. No, it is not mentioned here. So Mary has only, yes, verb 3 from C. Who can say this? So? No, not so. Excellent. It's going to be seen. So Mary has only seen these exciting places in photos. Next one here. After looking at her post-travel pictures, Mary, decide to take a trip of her own. Do we have the time here? Yes, excellent. So becomes here decided because after looking at her post-travel pictures, she decided to take a trip of her own. Okay, thank you and see you inshallah in the next units.